Hi, I'm Melinda with the Adventures of Pookie and the Bear, and today we are celebrating 2 whole years on the road, being nomads, living in an RV, and traveling the country. So, in celebration of 2 years, I thought that I would make a pro and con list of living in an RV. So, I sat down and I wrote down all my pros and cons, and what I learned was that my con list was bigger than my pro list, which was really disappointing because we sat down and had a heart to heart, a couple of them, and decided that we wanted to continue RVing. So we went out and we bought a brand new fifth wheel. But then I looked at my con list and I realized that my con list was really just kind of picky. And the pro list, the pros, even though they were smaller in the list, they were just so much bigger as a whole. Like meeting new people. That has been probably one of the biggest pros of RV living. We have met really amazing people on the road, some of which we've bounced all over the country with to see. And we look forward to seeing them every season, like every winter or every summer. And since we're going to be seasonal again for 2019 in the summer, that gives us a huge opportunity to see everyone who's coming through Bar Harbor. Yay! But that's really been just a huge pro for us, was meeting new people, making new friends, meeting people from all different walks of life, and getting to know people. One of the things about RVers is that we all have this common bond. So when you meet new people, normally it's like, hi, who are you? I am me. What do you do for a living? What do you like to do? But RVers have so much in common that you form these really deep bonds really fast. So even if you only meet someone for a couple of hours one night, they end up being like super close friends to you. And we love them. So we've met really amazing people. We've also been to really amazing places, national parks, like Glacier was phenomenal. Acadia is one of my favorite places on the earth. I love it, and I can't wait to go back. We've been places, we've woken up on the edge of the Badlands, watched the sunrise over the Badlands, and there's pronghorns walking around and buffalo up on the hill, and it's just really magical. The food, the beer. Oh my God, those are huge pros for us. We have slept in brewery parking lots all over the country. We have been to right around 100 breweries, wineries, distilleries, cideries, and meaderies. Talking to you, Tupelo, Mississippi. We've been to some really awesome breweries, and we've had food that will just knock your socks off. Like Maine, the seafood, hello, it's phenomenal. I can't wait to go back. There's also the pros of not having house maintenance, like mowing your lawn. Although it's kind of a trade-off because you end up having a lot more maintenance on your RV, but you don't have to mow the lawn, which it's a big plus in my book, not having to landscape. With that, the weather has been a big pro for us and also a big con for us. Being seasonal means we're snowbirds, so we get to avoid the snow and we get to avoid the wretched, wicked southern heat of the summer. Although I say that we avoid snow, but that's kind of a lie, because in June I was in Montana and I was standing in a parking lot and I'm like, what is this? What is this? And there was this stuff sticking to me, all over me, and I was so confused. Apparently that's snow. Who knew, right? So weather has been a total pro, but it's also leads right into our con list because weather has been a major con. People who say that they follow the mild weather and good weather, follow 70 degrees, they're liars. Because there's no way that you're going to avoid bad weather unless you're moving like every single day and you're like super watching your weather app. Because I am from South Florida. I thought that I was like a pro at scary weather. I mean, hello, hurricanes, been through so many of them, right? I mean, I've been like ground zero, like 3s and 4s in my house. So I was like, bad weather, I got this, right? No. Hello, I am talking to you, Montana, and what's the other state with the really bad weather? South Dakota and Wyoming. Those are the ones. South Dakota, Wyoming, Montana. South Dakota, you take the freaking cake. Like 1 minute it's absolutely gorgeous out, and the next minute it's like baseball-sized hail and tornadoes, and we're all gonna die. It's like Chicken Little, the sky is falling. In Wyoming, that was the first time in my life that I like put my shoes on and grabbed my go bag. I'm like, we're gonna just go die in a bathroom somewhere because it was terrifying. The weather in that whole area, like Wyoming, South Dakota, Montana, I've never seen so much hail in my life in South Dakota. We were coming through South Dakota on our way back, and we were coming through Sioux Falls, and for like 2 hours, it took us like, I don't know, 2-3 hours to get through like Chamberlain to Sioux Falls, and the weather was just like unbelievable, horrible. And we were doing like 10 miles an hour on the highway forever. And we got into Sioux Falls and we came around the curve to go south. And I have never seen so much hail, like deep hail on the road in my life. There was like tractor trailers on the wrong side of the road, like facing us in southbound, like all spun around, cars spun out all over the place. And it had all just happened because people were still sitting in their cars. I mean, it was really scary. And that night we stayed at a Cracker Barrel. Well, we actually stayed in the movie theater parking lot between the brewery, Hydra, and Cracker Barrel. And that night, Sioux Falls flooded really bad. Like, when we were leaving in the morning, buildings were underwater, and there was, like, water all night long. We could hear the water rushing under the RV. It was actually kind of scary. So bad weather has been a huge, huge con. Speaking of bad weather in South Dakota, thanks to that bad weather, the Badlands can get a little mushy when you're up in the Buffalo Gap National Grasslands, and that's where we got our 38-foot motorhome stuck in the mud, and we had to get pulled out by a tow truck, and that was really crappy. It was our fault. We had gone scouting, like we were, go scout your place, make sure you find a good spot. We did, and then we were like, oh, look at that spot over there, that's way better, and that's when we got stuck in the mud, and it was really crappy, all because the weather had been bad. The ground was wet. We tried to go up a hill, got stuck. Totally bad. Which, that was an expensive fix. It could have been a lot worse, but it was still a lot of money to get pulled out. Which, that's another big con. RVing can be really expensive. I guess if you want to live in the desert and eat canned beans, it could be cheap. But if you actually want to go out and experience and eat and drink and be merry and explore and take in everything this country has to offer, it's going to be expensive. Gas is expensive. RV parks are expensive. Everything can be really expensive.
Feed the dog.
And Alexa's reminding me to feed the dog. But it can be really expensive. We have found that RVing is about the same amount as it costs for us to live in a house.
Feed the dog.
Especially now that we have the new fifth wheel and the truck. So you've got payments for those on top of it. And then RV parks are getting more expensive. And they're getting harder to book. That's another huge con. Reservations. That's one of the reasons why we bought our property in North Florida, because trying to get reservations in Florida, if you don't book like a year in advance, you're basically screwed in the winter. And it's expensive. I mean, like where we stay up in Maine, a lot of the RV parks, they're like $100 plus a night. Can you imagine paying that? I mean, I guess if you're on vacation, but if you're living, paying that much money is kind of ridiculous. I mean, here in Florida in the winter, RV parks can be like $2,000 a month, if not more. We do use our 1,000 Trails membership, which I'm putting that in pro, and I'm putting it in con, because they're, I don't know, we call it 1,000 trailer parks. I'll leave it at that. But it can be really expensive. The gas is expensive. RV parks are expensive. Doing your laundry, even that. Every time you do a load of laundry, there goes $4 to $6 over and over. We could buy a washer and dryer. We're plumbed for it now. But we go to laundromats because it's convenient and it's still cheaper than buying our own laundry machine thing, washer, dryer combo. But laundromats are gross and people are gross. And they put gross things in the laundry machines and it's nasty. Like you walk in and you're like, oh, hey neighbor. They're like, yeah, my dog got sick just washing the beds. Or like super crunchy hippie mom over there scraping poop off of a cloth diaper and then dropping it in their laundry. Yeah, it's gross. It's just gross. So that's like a total con. I mentioned food and beer is a total pro. It's also a total con. We've found areas that the food is just garbage. Like, I'm sorry, like Midwest belt there, like Kentucky through South Dakota and all lit up there. You suck. Your food sucks. We really did not have good food in that whole like month of traveling. It was just terrible. But then we crossed over to the Continental Divide and food got amazing again. So yeah, it was just kind of mediocre. There was a while there where I was like, I just don't even want to waste money eating out. It's just crappy. And my last con that I have goes with pro, sort of, because pro, you meet new people, you love people. People are amazing. We've met amazing people, but we've also run into really crappy neighbors, annoying, stupid, loud people that have like a bazillion kids that scream all day, or stupid little dogs that never shut up, and people that park too close to you, or run their generator, or leave their lights on all night. Living at an RV in an RV park is totally like living in a condo with like a super angry HOA people. It's just, it can be rough. So that's why, again, we bought our property so we can avoid those types of RV parks. And we do love our RV park in Maine that we stay at because it's like totally chill. The staff is totally chill. We have a nice spot. But random RV parks can be totally hit or miss. And I know a lot of you that are watching are probably like, oh, well, I'm going to boondock, all the time, forever. Some people do, some people don't. We are primarily East Coasters. There's not a lot of boondocking. State parks can be hit or miss with getting reservations and where they are. And so we end up in a lot of RV parks. That's just the reality of it. I mean, I don't love RV parks, but they're convenient and they're close to the highway and they're close to cities. And beer is close to cities. So that's where we end up. But those are our pros and cons. RV living has been really great over the last 2 years. Obviously, we've decided that we're going to continue to do it because we just bought a 2019 fifth wheel, brand freaking new. So we're going to be doing it for at least a year or two more. But it's definitely not like the rainbow unicorn farts that people on Instagram make it out to be, and the people who are trying to sell you courses and books and make you read their stuff, and they're like, oh my god, RVing is like so amazing, freedom, dream, oh my god, my whole life has changed and I'm a different person. Yeah, it's not really that amazing. I mean, it's cool, you get to see new places and new people, and you live in an RV and you get to travel. It's very cool, but I don't think it's as like profound as people make it seem. I mean, those people are totally trying to sell you something. So yeah, but it's awesome. If you've got the means to do it and you're prepared and you can go with the flow and handle when shit hits the fan and everything gets screwed up and all your plans are ruined and you're broke down on the side of the road, if you can handle that with like cool, calm, collected cucumberness, then RVing could be for you. And make sure you're handy, because like stuff's gonna break all the freaking time, even on a brand new rig, old or new. That's just the way it is. So if you're handy and you like adventure and you can totally go with the flow, I highly recommend RVing. And we've had a really great 2 years. We've met amazing people. We've seen amazing things. I can't tell you how many times we've been driving down the road and I'm yelling, oh my god, it's so pretty, or oh my god, look, ponies. I will definitely continue to do it. I enjoy doing it, and I'm glad we did it. So if you have any questions about full-time RV living, drop a comment below. If there is something that you would like me to answer a question or talk about, drop a comment below. Make sure you subscribe, and make sure you're nice to me in the comments, otherwise I'll just be like, no, that's what your mom said last night. So, happy Nomadiversary to us, and I'll see you in the next video.